Question, why is that needed?
I'm entitled to have your current address because I'm issuing a citation. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to sit out here and debate it for a long time. If you don't give me your current address, you're probably going to be going in and paying bond.
Welcome to US Dirty Cops. Today we're exposing 2 cases of wrongful raids by corrupt officers who refuse to back down. Join us as we uncover these injustices and demand accountability. Like, share, and comment to support the fight for justice. If you like this video, press 1. On December 19, 2020, Officer McMillian and Officer Hibbets of the North Brunswick Police Department responded to a 911 hang-up call that allegedly originated from the home of an individual who identified himself only as Brian B. The officers knocked on Mr. B's door and began to question him regarding the call, while Mr. B recorded the interaction through the screen door.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Yeah. Everything all right?
Everything's fine.
911 call.
From here?
Yeah. Are you the only one home?
No.
Who else is home with you?
My girlfriend and my roommate.
All right.
Everybody's fine.
All right. Well,
Nobody called.
Somebody called, and they said it came back to this address, and it said they told us there was yelling or something in the background initially. Then they hung up, and they haven't been able to get in touch with everyone since. So that's why we're here.
Nobody called. Everybody's fine.
All right. Can we talk to them real quick?
No.
No, we need to.
Well, you're not.
We need to.
It's not going to happen.
You're not understanding how this works. We got a 911 call from this address.
Nobody called 911.
How do I know that?
Do I have to prove something to you right now?
Yes. We have to speak with everyone who lives here to make sure they didn't call 911.
Police officers want to speak with everyone living with Mr. B to confirm none of them called 911. Individuals have the Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, meaning they don't have to answer police questions. However, officers may have the authority to ensure others in the household didn't make the call based on municipal code and legal precedent. The court may allow officers to enter the residence to check on the well-being of the other occupants, even if they refuse to speak with the police. This is supported by previous cases where police were empowered to intervene, especially when there's a potential risk to someone's safety, as in the case where officers entered an apartment to ensure the safety of a child despite the resident's denials.
As soon as we speak with everyone and we confirm everything's fine, we leave. That's it, man. We just make sure everything's fine.
What's your name and badge number?
Macmillan, 182.
Name, badge number.
There, you're right there. 189 pivots.
Right there? Is that what you told me?
Why are you giving us such a problem?
Well, because you're over here shining a flashlight in my apartment. You're over here shining a flashlight. Let me finish what I was saying. Into my apartment. I mean, you're taking care of Christmas gifts, watching the UFC fight. You guys come over here banging like a bunch of animals. No one called 911, and you're giving me a hard time. You're still shining a flashlight at me. Turn your flashlight off. Turn your flashlight off.
You're not understanding how this works, man.
Have a nice night, guys.
No.
They said there was a 911. From whose cell phone? What cell phone number? Do y'all have it on record or file or anything?
732 940 76.
94076.
Not my number.
When they call 911.
Whose number is that?
It's not mine.
732-40.
Mine's is 848-466.
No one's phone number here.
All right, well, let's get this sorted out then, so we don't have to come back. All right?
What do you want to sort out? What have we not sorted out?
We sorted. It's a landline, okay?
Okay, no, there's no landline here.
But there's still one registered to this house.
So what do you want me to do for you?
So there, we solved with the 911.
Okay, so get the out now.
Sir.
No, sir. You just slammed the door at me. Get the out of the house.
You don't close the door on the police.
I don't give a You have no right to enter.
We do, actually.
No, you don't. It's a warrantless entrance, so get the out.
Mr. B tries to end a conversation with police at his door, but they force their way in. Warrantless entries are typically unconstitutional, but exceptions exist for exigent circumstances, like emergency aid. Different courts have varied views on what constitutes an exigent circumstance, such as a 911 hang-up. New Jersey's precedent supports police actions like these, but outcomes may differ elsewhere.
Get out.
What's your name, sir?
Get out. I'm not giving you nothing. Get out.
We need your name.
Yeah, you're not going to get it. Get out. Have I committed a crime? Am I suspected of committing a crime? I have a Fourth Amendment right, bro. Don't trample my rights. You're not going to get ID.
You do have a right.
Let's go.
We need your name so you can.
Not going to
record.
get it.
You want us to record that we were out here? What happened?
Not going to get it.
Okay, so when they call 911 again, you want them to come knocking on your door again. I want to record that we came here, we spoke with you, we confirmed that everyone in the house.
Not gonna get
it's
it.
Nobody's number.
Not gonna give it.
That is no longer associated with
Not
this
going
address.
to give you my information because of what you did with the door. Take your pompous, both of you, get the out of the house.
Officers respond to a 911 call that was mistakenly traced to Mr. B's address. Despite there being no legal obligation for Mr. B to identify himself, the officers ask for his name, which he refuses. Mr. B also demands that the officers leave his property. Since New Jersey lacks a stop and identify statute, Mr. B wasn't legally required to provide his name or ID. Moreover, once the initial emergency situation dissipated and it was confirmed that the call didn't originate from Mr. B's residence, the officers' continued presence might violate the Fourth Amendment. Courts in cases like Edmonds, U.S. v. Lawrence, and Higdon v. Wells County Sheriff's Office have ruled similarly, emphasizing that once the exigent circumstances that justified immediate action fade, the rationale for warrantless searches or continued presence diminishes. Therefore, Mr. B's refusal to identify himself and request for the officers to leave his property could be supported by legal precedent.
That's it. You me the off when you tried trampling in here. You banging on the door like a bunch of animals. Came in here trying to throw your fictitious authority around. Walking into my house without a warrant. Get the out, both of you.
We need your name, sir.
I'm not giving you nothing. Get out. I'm not answering any questions. Please get out of my house.
You understand why we're here, right?
I don't care why you're here. Get the out. Turn that off.
So
Turn that light off.
Let me explain this to you.
Jesus Christ. There you go. You see. How many of you does it take to see? What do you want to look
Can I
at?
explain something to you?
I don't want to hear what you have to
You have
say.
people you care about,
I don't
right?
care. Please exit my house.
You have people you care
Please
about?
exit my house.
Sir. All right.
Can they shut the door? Get him out of my
You're not
house?
gonna shut the door with me either.
Well,
Okay,
I
so-
got nothing to say to you.
This is my boss, sir.
Keep him away from me.
What's going on?
I don't want you touching me,
You
dude.
don't know what's going on, sir.
Yeah, this is all.
That's
You
why-
just sitting here, got to bang on the
I have an internal affairs complaint on one of the sergeants, and now this happens. This is retaliatory. This is another one going to internal affairs. I'm telling you. You guys don't know how to quit. Any of you.
Can I explain to you what's going on?
I want you guys to leave. I don't
Can I
care.
explain it to you what's
They
going on?
don't care.
Technically, what you did could have been obstruction. They're here on a lawful police investigation.
Then take me for
You gotta
it.
shut the
I
door.
want you to take me for it.
I didn't observe it, but from what they're telling me, I'm just telling you technically it is. Okay.
Then let's go. I'll take it to court. I'm not. You. None of you are gonna scare me and bully me. None of you. You guys try it all the time. It's not gonna work. What do you have to say that's gonna justify any of this? I want to hear it.
We came out here to investigate a 911 hang-up.
Okay. Did anybody call? Have you figured that out?
No, we haven't.
Okay. So what do you have to figure out? What do you have to figure out?
If anybody was in need of assistance, man.
No.
Does anybody need assistance?
I have
fine.
zero need for assistance.
Perfect.
I'm trying to go back and finish watching this
In
movie.
fact,
Alright.
I'm
So can you please?
Yeah.
Please. Okay. Please go.
Perfect.
Have a good day. Take care.
Mr. B encountered a situation where multiple officers arrived at his residence following a 911 call. Despite the call not originating from his address and the officers confirming no criminal activity, they remained on his property, leading to Mr. B's frustration. Eventually, he received an obstruction ticket. Mr. B's response, including creating a GoFundMe for legal expenses, reflects his belief that the officers violated his rights. However, his reaction, though understandable given the circumstances, could have been more legally strategic. While he has the right to remove officers from his property, his demeanor and failure to invoke his rights might not fare well in court. Overall, while Mr. B's actions are commendable, a more strategic approach, including invoking his right to remain silent, could strengthen his legal position.
What is your current address?
Question, why is that needed?
I'm entitled to have your current address because I'm issuing a citation. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to sit out here and debate it for a long time. If you don't give me your current address, you're probably going to be going in and paying bond on this stuff.
In Faber, Ohio, 2 police officers attempt the good cop, bad cop routine during an interrogation. One officer's behavior reveals his true nature, resorting to disrespectful and presumptive actions like ordering people to sit on the ground and assuming guilt. This highlights a pervasive issue of police disrespect towards the public. The other officer, portrayed as the good cop, admits on camera to lacking knowledge of the law, raising concerns about law enforcement officers enforcing laws they don't understand, akin to a builder constructing a house without knowing how, or a chef cooking without culinary skills.
What is your current
Question, why is that needed?
I'm entitled to have your current address because I'm issuing a citation. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to sit out here and debate it for a long time. If you don't give me your current address, you're probably going to be going in and paying bond on this stuff.
So hear me out. I'm just trying to figure out, proof of insurance, license.
All the information I'm asking you is necessary for a traffic citation.
Proof of addresses?
I'm legally allowed to ask you these questions.
I know you're legally. I know you're. Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
I know you're legally able to ask me the questions, but I'm more worried about, am I legally obligated to answer the questions?
I'm telling you, you are. Yes. If I don't have your current address and other information I'm going to ask you about for this ticket, you are going to go into the station and pay bond on this ticket.
That's fine. I'll give it to you. But first, can you give me your name and badge number?
I'll give it to you on the ticket. It'll be documented for you there.
I would still like verbal documentation.
It'll be written down for you.
Okay. And if it's not legible?
You will leave here with it printed out where you can see it. If you can't see it, you let me know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's not legible to me when I'm able.
Legible.
Okay, I'll give you my address. Then it's 4355 Saratoga Place.
What is it?
4355 Saratoga Place. I mean, honestly, I don't feel that the law I've looked up the state statutes for Ohio.
Here's the deal. If you want to consult with an attorney afterwards, you're welcome to either sue me in court, or you're welcome to come up to the police department after you consult your attorney and file a complaint. Do what you need to do. Okay, but in the meantime, I need this information. Where is Saratoga Place at?
In Dayton.
What's the zip code?
454024. I understand what you're saying legally, but it does not, selling in court.
Can I get a phone number?
No, I'm not getting that. So legally in court does not help me from infringing of my Fourth Amendment rights.
Can stand by here with you?
You can stand, sir. How you doing? What's that?
Listen,
Kohler, what's your badge number, sir?
Do not attempt to get in trouble in the meantime, okay?
Why would I have I given you the impression I'm attempt to flee?
Yeah.
I haven't given you an impression I'm fleeing, so I don't understand the question or the comment, the command. What's your badge number, sir?
257.
Thank you, sir.
What the? And I'm only asking. I don't care if you tell me now. What's your name? What's your name? And I'm just asking so I can address you.
He has my license, so I give it. See it, Sydney.
Sid? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's all I want to know. Just if I have to address it, I just call you by your proper name.
That's fine. I guess it's more of I've looked up the legal statute for IDing in the state, and even on traffic stops, it does not state that I have to give address. I need to give proof of insurance, license, and then insurance registration. And so he asked me for an insurance, he asked me for my license. I do not have to provide an actual address where I stay.
The problem is it's for all kids, okay? Because if you
That's
don't
not
show up,
legal though. Your process is not my concern.
You're right, it's not. And I can appreciate that 100%. But our other choice is, if you don't identify yourself properly and give us a valid address, then we have to go and take you in and have you postponed.
It's true, sir, and I would buy that. But the problem is, I have legally validated my.
But you haven't given us an address locally, and you live.
He has my license.
It's not local though.
But my license is current.
But you don't. You live there still?
My license is current. I'm military. I don't have to. It doesn't have to be a current address. I'm military. We can claim legal residency of a state that we have been in. It does not have to be the current. And the law does not state I have to give you a current.
Understanding the distinction between traffic violations as crimes or infractions is crucial, as laws vary by state. Certain offenses considered crimes in one state might be infractions in another. In Ohio, a recent case highlights this, where a driver's stop may involve a criminal offense. Ohio law mandates disclosing name, address, etc. when suspected of a crime. The driver complied by providing their driver's license, containing required information. Subsequently, the Fifth Amendment protects them from further questioning. It's now the police's responsibility to verify provided details, while the driver should refrain from assisting further.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be.
You need to deal with the courts, okay?
Yeah, but again, dealing with the courts is after the fact that my Fourth Amendment right has been violated. That's the problem.
Again, but even then, if you feel that way,
Yeah.
then you're still going to have to address it later. It will not get resolved here.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
It won't.
Possibly.
No, it won't.
It's
I
possible.
guarantee you, it's not going to get resolved here. It's still going to be a legal matter for the courts.
I mean, honestly,
That's all it is.
I could push the issue. We can go in. You can pay a bond. I don't understand what my address is going to do. Again, the address is, like you stated, for your processes, right? Your processes. But the law does not state that I have to cooperate for your processes, right? That's the only thing I'm getting at. I'm trying to abide by the law.
And neither. I'm assuming
Yeah,
neither
but
are you.
you are a police officer. You're a law enforcement. You need to know the law.
I do.
Okay,
I know
then.
I know it well enough to tell you that this is the way that it's done for this department and this court. And that's the end of that discussion. And I'm not
I mean, so
trying to
you can tell me it's the end. Doesn't mean I have to stop talking about it. I mean,
right.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, it's the way it's done for the department. It's the way it's done here. But the way it's done does not equal law. If it's like I've seen people do things that's against the law, but it's the way it's done. I'm in the military. I've seen plenty of things done that was against the law, but it wasn't the right thing to do. And so that's the only thing I'm saying. Is like I readily gave him the information he asked for. It was his license. He asked my insurance. I gave it to him. He asked for all. I don't have to give you a current address. That's what I'm saying. That's not in the law. That's not in the actual statute that I looked up. I mean, if maybe I looked at the wrong statute. Do you remember the statute? I can look it up.
I don't. I don't, because I'm not an attorney, and that's not something that I'm required to know verbatim or anything else.
But you are law enforcement, and that's what I'm saying is you are required to enforce the law, therefore you need to know the law. I'm not asking you to know it verbatim, but you at least need to know the law, right?
I know enough of it to tell you that this is the way it's happening.
Sir, but I can also say the badge is not a carte blanche to do whatever you want. You have to actually go by laws, and that's what I'm saying. The law states that if you ask me for like case law itself says that for police safety purposes, if you guys ask me to get out of the car, right, to step out of the vehicle, I must comply, right? And that's one of those, I must comply with the officer's
Do you
request.
know that number by heart? Do you know that? Because you're asking me, so now I turn around and ask you. Do you know what that is?
No, I actually don't, but I will. I mean,
Again,
I can call.
I'm not trying to be difficult, as you said. Okay. Again, you're debating questions that I can't give you every single technical law.
And I understand that. That's what I'm saying. But I do know for sure that there is not a law that states I have to roll down my window.
Okay, and if that's the case, again, this is not the place to debate it. The court's on. I'm telling you, I'm not an attorney. Right? It's a reasonable request. If you feel it's infringing on your rights, then great. That's what the courts are for, and unfortunately, that's how it has to be resolved.
True. I don't know, sir. You keep going to the statement of you're not an attorney, and I understand that, and that's why I'm telling you, I'm asking the questions not of you as an attorney.
Answer it the best
True.
that I can.
But again, I guess to me, not saying you're trying to be, but to keep repeating that you're not an attorney is a little condescending to me because I know you're not an attorney. Again, I stated I don't trust. I don't think you are, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not asking you these questions from the vantage point of an attorney. I'm asking you these questions from the vantage point as an officer who's enforcing the laws. And that's like if you tell me, hey, Sid, I don't know that law, right? I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't.
Right, and that's a fair answer. That's a fair answer, right? And that's why I'm saying, okay, well, I know I've looked it up and there's no law, right? And I will tell you how it went, right? He told me to roll my window down. I rolled down halfway. He rolled around all the way, and I didn't want to, and so.
All I can ask you is, and this is just a conversation. Believe me, I have no interest in. I have no interest in the outcome of this regardless. I just don't want you to be, I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him.
Copy.
I want this to be as simple as possible.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously had a reason to stop you. I wasn't here. I don't
Yep,
know
don't
what
dispute.
that was. Okay. And I mean, at the point where you roll your window down, and I'm just asking you, if you've already rolled your window down, what's the harm in rolling it down all the way? I'm not gonna ask you.
You're right. So you can ask that, and I guess to the layman's person, there is no harm in rolling it down all the way. But I would also ask you, what's the purpose of making it roll it down when you can hear me?
It's not that we can just hear you alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's we also need to observe. Okay? And you have tinted windows in your vehicle that
Yes, I
may
do.
not even be legal in the state of Ohio. And you're in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You reside in Ohio. Okay? No, I mean, I'm asking you. I mean, if that's where, again, we're having that.
My license has my state of residency. I'm a Florida resident.
You don't live in Florida, though. You're in Ohio.
Temporarily.
And you're driving a vehicle in Ohio. So you can't just carte blanche and say, in Florida, we're allowed to drive, you know, whatever car. But in Ohio, the laws may be different.
True, but
So-
let's be honest.
That's all I'm saying.
I have never stated I live here. He asked for the residence and address. I didn't state I lived here.
You live here.
How do you know?
I bet if we contact the military and find out where you live, they're going to tell you that you're here.
I mean, you can contact them, but
I mean, would that
it would
be
be
a reasonable? Would that
no.
be reasonable if I was to say, does he live here? They say, yeah, he lives here.
Probably not.
And that's all I'm at. Once again, I'm not going to, it's no big deal to me.
No, that's why I'm having the dialogue with you.
Right.
I'm having a dialogue with you. It's just me. Curiosity, you know.
I mean, reality is, you're unhappy about it, and I appreciate that 100%.
Yeah. Well, I'm again from my standpoint.
Yeah.
I know what I have to follow, and I know what I don't have to follow. And for him to ask me to get out the vehicle, 100% I have to follow that. That is the law. And so the window down was plus he wasn't even at a point to look in the vehicle and was already yelling about the window. He was still standing behind.
And again, the only thing I can tell you though is, it's up to you. I mean, you can look at it from whatever viewpoint you want, and I appreciate it 100%. You're not right, you're not wrong. This is just a debate as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
I can't prove right, wrong, or indifferent.
That is true.
All right? And I just look at it, you seem so compliant, but yet that particular part of the compliance you're not happy with.
No.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm being honest with you. I'm not happy with him getting
I'm
a little butt hurt that I wouldn't roll the window down.
Right. But in the same sense, all I can tell you is we do look at certain things as officer safety issues, and we're on the window partially down, and we don't have a clear, unobstructed view of the interior of your car could be an issue for us.
I will tell you, I can understand that viewpoint, but I'm more in the sense, again, I'm not trying to argue with you, but it's more of, I understand that viewpoint, but where does the constitutional rights, the constitutional rights have a set standpoint, and to me, officer safety does not. Hold on, give me 1 second.
A driver is commended for standing up for his rights during an encounter with police. The driver refused to allow the police to violate his rights, which was captured in a video shared by Sid the Scientist. The video highlights the ignorance of the police officers regarding the law they are supposed to enforce. The uploader encourages viewers to support Sid the Scientist's channel and emphasizes the importance of knowing one's rights when dealing with law enforcement officers who may lack knowledge or exhibit poor attitudes. Thanks for watching our latest video on U.S. Dirty Cops. Don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends, and leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts.